Isn't this a lovely sight to see? Anyways, this is Editing Rainy here. You know that this video is messed up when Editing Rainy just comes in right in the beginning of the video, not the media. What media? I don't even know. Anyways, I'm not going to pretend that I didn't blue tick you guys last Sunday. Clear throat. The reason why I did is because I messed up. Basically, I was lazy to edit the video, so I loaded everything into one and corrupted my videos by being super lazy. And I couldn't edit. It was just like you could see like there was this pink band that kept on going over the video. You couldn't even see anything that was happening in the video. And it was for each and every single video that I recorded. And I just didn't know what to do. I panicked and I was like, let me ghost. And I ghosted you guys. I didn't mean to ghost you guys. I just don't know how to send that notification or that thing that looks like a story on YouTube to tell you guys that there will be no video because my dumb self decided to corrupt the videos. But anyways, my way of apologizing is I found a way of uncorrupting the videos thanks to Hloni. He helped me uncorrupt my videos. So with that being said, this Sunday, I'll be merging those two videos, last week and this week's videos, into one. The reason why I split this whole room makeover into episodes is because I want people who are just strictly here for a certain DIY. They're not here for the makeover. They can just come in for the DIY. Wow, I feel so used. Wow, I'm touched. But anyways, I know there are people who do that. They just want to be here for a certain DIY. I mean, I do it too. So I'm not gonna even shade them or look at them any type of way. But anyways, I'm not gonna make this long. So I'm gonna insert something here to show you guys. If you're here for a mirror DIY, you can just fast forward to which time whatever. And if you're just here for the floating shelves, you can just fast forward to each timestamp. So if you miss it and you don't want to rewind, you can just go right ahead into the description box. I will leave the timestamps there as well so that you guys can just come here for what you came for and leave in peace, I guess. I hope you do subscribe though. But anyways, I'm going to leave that to the Rainy that you guys are used to deal with everything, including the fact that I have no manners. I didn't greet you guys. I didn't tell you guys who I was or what I even do on my channel. This is a DIY channel, creative home living channel. Anything home decor, anything home related, we do it because we like to do things without breaking the bank, that whole jazz and the whole vibe and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this short, and I am really sorry that I didn't upload anything last Sunday. I'm declaring now I will go back to posting every Sunday. And if I can't, I don't know, I'll be alerting you guys on Instagram. So if you don't follow me, please follow me on Instagram. Then you will know if I say it's not going to happen this Sunday and my reason to that being why. And now I'm just blabbing on and on and on. And I'm going to make this video long, whereas it's already long on its own. So yeah, Editing Rainy is done venting and I've pulled me towards myself. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Reneilwe, also go by the name Rainy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are already a subby, welcome back to my channel. So on this episode, we'll be DIYing our own floating shelves. I know you probably watched a lot of DIYs on floating shelves on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And what makes this different? It makes it different because we'll be using something that's a bit up and coming, a bit new maybe, and it's still yet to catch on, I think, or I believe, or maybe I'm just late to this party. I don't know which one it is, but anyways, it's something unique. It's something I hardly ever see in people's houses. Not that I visit people often. Yeah, that you can't say that because you don't visit people. So which houses have you been to? Okay, moving right along, there will be a unique piece to this floating shelf, obviously. So that's what we'll be DIYing in this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I am definitely going to enjoy this whole process. And it'll be a lot of reusing, it'll be less work, basically less work. So let us not waste any time further, and let us get into our DIY floating shelves. Our floating shelves DIY. This thing needs to stop. Me not knowing which word I must put first. Yeah. Let us get into this, guys. So I went to one of my favorite hardware stores, which was Builder's Warehouse, picked out a 2x10 plank or 10x2 plank, whichever one comes first, and I had them cut it for me, 2 rands per cut, and I ended up with 4 awesome floating shelves. I took it right home and I started sanding it down. You guys know the drill. We start sanding off from 80 grits, building our way to 220 grits so that we can have a clean, smooth finish and not skipping any steps. And do not forget to wipe off the dust and debris before we stain it, because you guys know we want our furniture to look, like it was store-bought and it was done by a professional. Obviously, going with this beautiful stain that I've been using on my nightstand and my headboard. If you guys haven't watched those videos, I will link them down below so you know the ratio of the mixture between this teak and Imbua stain that we're using and which brand we'll be using. And this is what it looked like when it was dry and ready for us to put up and install. So what I did was I got the leftover leather from my headboard, which was cut 9 centimeters, and I'm talking about the width, and then the length. Oh my gosh, I will leave it down in the description box, the length of this leather. And I basically folded it into half, and then I whipped out my sewing machine and I sewed it down. You guys can hand sew this, but I feel like it'll be difficult to hand sew leather. But however, if you guys have a quick or better method to hand sew leather, you can get away with it. Leather. Anyways, this is what it looked like in the end. It's not that perfect, but we'll hide the imperfections. So I marked down where I want the leather strips to lay on either ends of this wooden plank. I went with 6 centimeters, and then I went 4 centimeters from each ends where I'll be applying the screws so that the leather lays flush on this floating shelf. I extended the leather strip slightly. It wasn't right in the middle. The one side was slightly longer than the other so that it can meet the other strip on the wall in a simple way. You guys will see what I'm talking about. So obviously I pierced the leather with this sharp tool that I don't know what it's called, and then I pushed through my self-driving screws. I'm using self-driving screws because, guys, these work like magic. So I marked down the wood, and then I got my battery operating screwdriver, and I just screwed them in without having to pre-drill or go through all that hustle. This just made everything all the more simple because I've already went through the hard parts of this DIY. I didn't need to go through the hard parts some more. So now time to install it. I tried to do this by myself, but it didn't work out that great. As you can see, epic fail. But anyways, I marked down where I want these to hang off on the wall, and making a marking on the wall, I knew where to pre-drill my wall so that I can drill in screwdrivers through. Having pre-drilled, I got my anchor and I just filled that hole in with an anchor, and then I asked my brother to come and assist me because I definitely wanted these shelves to be straight, because whoa, my father would have me if these shelves were skew or looking some type of way. He definitely wouldn't let me live it down. So my brother held it down while I screwed them in and made sure that everything was centered so that I can, show off to my dad that I can do it. And this is what it looked like.
I really hope you guys really enjoyed these shelves, and as you notice, I did not style them. Why? Because I am saving the styling of that shelf for the very last episode of the season, where I wrap things up and I show you the after. And obviously I'm gonna run down, you know what, the cost of these shelves. So basically, these floating shelves, the plank cost me 137 rands, and I only needed one plank. And obviously this excludes me cutting the plank, which is 8 rand, so you can go and work that out. And then obviously the stain I already had, so the overall cost, oh, and the fabric is the leftover fabric from my headboard. So obviously the overall cost of this was basically, let me see, 145 rands for these floating shelves. And mind you, 145 rands is equal to one floating shelf from any store, whether it's Leroy Merlin or Mr. Price Home. They cost about 130 going upwards for just one floating shelf, and I got 4 floating shelves out of this whole DIY, and they look very unique and they look nice, if I should say so myself, and they're customized to my specifications and my liking. So I say this is a great save, guys. We are DIYing our own mirror, and why not just buy a mirror? Guys, did you see how expensive these mirrors are out here? And to be more specific, I find that these mirrors are very expensive, but they're not even on a huge scale. They're basically on a very small scale, and I wanted a very huge mirror, more or less like as big as these IKEA mirrors that I keep seeing on YouTube, but we don't have an IKEA here in South Africa. So I ended up finding ways, because mirrors that are not even as big as the one I'm going to DIY, they go around the price of from 780 rands going upwards, and you can get a huge mirror for less than 700 rands basically. And we are going to DIY this and figure out, can we DIY a huge mirror for less than 700 rands? Can we really do it? Let us see with that. So I just wanted a very huge mirror, and obviously I wanted to control the frame that I put on this mirror, because sometimes, you know, mirrors, they will charge you and be like, this mirror is 70 centimeters, and sometimes they include the frame that's on the mirror, so you're actually even getting less than 70 centimeters of the actual mirror. So I wanted to also control the frame in a sense that I don't want the frame to cover any portion of the mirror. I wanted, if I said I wanted 80 centimeters of like the width of the mirror, I want the 80 I wanted the 80 centimeters of the mirror to be visible and showing. I didn't want to cover it with any frame or eat away at the mirror. So that's the kind of mirror that we're going to be DIYing today. If you guys are interested, stay tuned. You guys don't want to miss this, and we are gonna get into this in 3, 2, 1.
My mirror in my brother's car. It was a job and a half to load it in there. I'm gonna continue my shopping. I went to my other favorite hardware store, which is Leroy Merlin, and I got this backboard that I'll be attaching to my mirror. It was very inexpensive. I was so shocked at how inexpensive this was, and this will be our material basically. So for the first part, I went in and I attached double-sided tape, advised by somebody from the store that this would work. Even though I had doubts, I was like, okay, fine, they know, I don't know this. And my brother and I cleaned the mirror first, making sure that we attach this on a clean surface, and we started stripping down each and every single strip of the double-sided tape, and we held it down.
When it comes to the glue of this DIY, I basically asked the person at the store to assist me, and you know, the one thing that irritates me is you will ask somebody at the store to assist you with something, and they somehow feel it's a bad thing to say, you know what, I don't know what you're talking about, let me get somebody else who might know what you're talking about or how to assist you. Instead, somebody forced to assist me, and well, I ended up with some heavy duty tape to glue down this mirror to the backboard. It didn't turn out right. It's a disaster. It's not working out at all, and at this point in time I am just you know, so I just went to sob in my living room. But then I remembered that I once DIY'd my couch scatter cushions, which is a bit of a fail in the long run, come to think of it, but I still had some leftover contact adhesive, and I'm going to be using it instead to glue down my mirror to the back of the board that I want it to be on. And we are gonna continue with this project, and we're gonna just glue down our mirror and, you know, have it stay put. Yes. So I went looking in my DIY stuff, and guess what I have? Some contact adhesive. I don't know why I didn't go with this in the first place. This is where I also made another mistake. I should have removed this double-sided tape that was already on the mirror, but however, I didn't want to break or chip the mirror trying to forcefully remove them, so I just went with applying this contact adhesive and moving right along and just putting down the backboard. While I was waiting for the backboard to dry onto the mirror, I basically went in with this clear spray paint on this wooden frame. Obviously the spray paint is by Rust-Oleum, and then as soon as that was dry, I started gluing down the frame to the mirror, obviously making sure that the chipped portion of the mirror, it was slightly chipped, I made sure that that is at the bottom so nobody notices it. And I started hot gluing everything together, obviously using my Gorilla hot glue because I trust that better than any other random hot glue, because it's definitely a heavy duty hot glue and it holds everything down. And honestly guys, this has been, I think, 2 months now, and my mirror is still holding down. It's still in good condition, it's still intact, it's still in one piece, and I'm definitely rooting for this DIY because I mean 2 months and it's still doing great. So anyways, I applied the hot glue on the sides, but however there was a certain piece that I wasn't sure if I should attach it or not attach it. And this is what it looked like. But I had doubts about if I was really done or not. Okay, so I have one of my scrap dowels that I cut off from me trying to hang off my side lamps. So I'm thinking of adding this piece here as a decorative piece. I'm just thinking. I'm not going to glue it onto the mirror. I'm just going to glue it onto the frame sides. So it's a different kind of wood. This is pine and this is, I don't even know what that is, but then yeah, it's a bit loose fitting, but I know that it leaves some room for the hot glue to fit in. And once I have the hot glue, it should be fine. And I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't eat away at the mirror, or I should have it here on top. I don't know. I think I should go on Instagram and make people choose. Voted for the dowel to go on. What I did was I added some hot glue on the ends and I glued it in place. And this is the final product. This is what the back looks like. Let's turn it around. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. I killed myself. I really killed myself. Okay. Turning, 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 turning. Oh my gosh, you guys are the first to see it before I do. Okay. And we found the mirror's hole. Oh, bring it up. Bring it up. Oh, bring it up. Bring it up. Oh, bring it up. Bring it up. Hey. Ain't got nothing on me. That's what y'all got. Nothing. Absolutely nothing on me. Guys, that was our mirror. I am so excited. I'm so stoked. And I actually keep on looking at myself in the mirror every time when I talk to you guys. Not that you guys are not that important for me to stare at, but then the mirror is just so awesome. I can't get over it. I keep on walking past my room just so I can just look at the mirror. You get what I'm saying? So I really love how this mirror turned out. But you know what time it is. Let us run the costs for this mirror. So you guys are going to be shocked. My challenge in the beginning of this video was, can we DIY this very huge mirror for less than 700 rands that we're complaining about? And we did. So the mirror itself is the most expensive piece and part of this whole DIY. Obviously, it cost me 441 rands for me to get this mirror personalized and cut to my liking. And honestly, it's bigger than any mirror that I've seen in the stores that I go to. And maybe I need to go to more stores, I don't know, but I see smaller scaled mirrors that are priced from like 700 to 1000 and 1500 and all of the kind of things. So I got this mirror, just the mirror without the frames, for 441 rands, and it cost me I was about to say 500. Girls, stop lying. It cost me 57 rands and 96 cents just for the back board for the mirror to stick on, so that the mirror doesn't wobble around and it stays put on the board. And then the planks all around, okay, the longer planks, which were the same length as my mirror but slightly over my mirror, they cost me 58 rands. And then the dowel itself that I added at the top was 26 rands, but I bought it a whole while back for a different DIY that I didn't do. But however, this dowel, I actually used it twice. I used it to put in these that I'm going to hang my lights off, and also for the mirror. So that 26 rands is going a long way, even though I didn't spend it now for this bedroom makeover. And then the mini planks that I found in the store laying around that I forgot to measure and realize that they're actually not the same, they're not the length that I want them to be. They cost me 6 rands and 40 cents. And then the strips that were trash at the end cost me 30 rands. And with that being said, the overall cost for this mirror was 600. Girl, catch this right now. Catch it. It was 639 rands and 36 cents. Hey guys, something about mentioning money and numbers is a bit of a problem in this country. 639 rands 36 cents. That's how much this whole mirror cost me. Can you buy the same mirror for the same size that I created mine in for that much or less? Comment down below. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up. If this was a very light bulb ding moment for you, comment down below. And if you're not subscribed, you better subscribe. I hope you enjoy my content enough for you to actually subscribe. Turn on your bell notification so you get notified each and every single time I post new content. And this is very important now that this is actually a series and this season hasn't ended, sweetie. There is more episodes coming for you. And with that being said, be kind, love and light. Bye.